If you're looking for a simple way to create consistent characters, I have great news for you. Leonardo AI has just released a new feature that makes it incredibly easy to produce variations of your characters in different poses. You can now create consistent characters without having to learn how to prompt or use Photoshop. In this video, I'll show you a few key tools that has worked for me. And if you're new to Leonardo AI, be sure to check out my introduction video linked in the description. Let's get started. If you don't yet have a character, I suggest building it out in AI generation tool. Go ahead and go to prompt generation if you don't have any ideas. They have a built-in AI writer that you can generate from 2 to 25 prompts at a time. You can enter some basic details like a young woman with long hair and then hit generate. I'm just going to generate 4. You get up to 1,000 prompts a month, so there's a lot going for you. And generally, these are pretty simple but good to start if you don't want to log into ChatGPT or log into other AI writing tools. It's built in, and once you're ready, you can hit on generate. I was able to generate a character over here, purple hair, long wavy purple hair, and I actually think we can start with her as our source character. With this tool, post to image, it does only work in Stable Diffusion 1.5. The fine-tune model that I have is 1.5, so Leonardo Signature, Leonardo Style. If you don't have one that you like, you can always train your own models under 1.5, so that should still work. That's all you need to do, and then you just hit generate. So what I find that you might not get the exact character at the first try, but what you can do is change the prompt slightly to make sure that you can get this image right here. So let's say you want more of a lush green forest in the background. You want her to be wearing some sort of floral shirt. You can do that, or you can just save this and edit it in the canvas. Easily change her hairstyle, but her face is pretty close, so we're going to go ahead and just generate it once more, change a couple things to make it a little bit closer to this one. I added the word corset blouse just to see if we can get this same top and hit generate. Alright, so these are actually a little bit better. As you can see, the character consistency is coming through. She is looking like the original girl that we have. The outfit like this, I actually don't mind. Something like this actually looks like this outfit, but just in opposite patterns there. I think it works really well, so we're gonna head and save this and use a different image as a pose. The best part about this feature is that you don't have to find similar images. You can upload different genders, different poses, and hope that it can get something from the pose itself. If you were to use this as like an image to image without turning on this, toggling on this pose to image, you're going to end up getting like a beard. So we would want to avoid that. So make sure you turn this on. We're going to go ahead and click on generate and see what we can get. So the pose here is a little bit more intricate, and as you can see, our character is getting a little bit mutilated with a couple of arms and extra legs just hanging out. What you can do is just sort of crop this out and not deal with the extra arms and ligaments. However, you can always use the negative prompt, which is what I do have up here, so we don't have extra fingers, extra legs, extra toes. All of that we can try to remove as possible. The best way to avoid this is to use a more simple pose. You can always edit this out in their canvas. It's really simple to just sort of remove the arm and just replace it with a shirt. That is really simple to do, but for now we're going to go ahead and generate again using a different pose to see if it's a little bit better. So this poster left here is a little bit easier. All of these images I did grab from Pexels, free stock photo sites. You can use any other ones that you like. You can always play with the guidance scale and the step count. I find that by playing with this and toggling it depending on the image, you can get a more detailed approach, and that's exactly what you're looking for now. For me, I'm more concerned about the poses and if the character is closely resembling to my original. So when you find a good image reference, you can see that you don't have to deal with extra arms and legs. She is pretty close to a reference photo, but there are a couple things I don't like, such as the hair on the face. This can be edited easily. You can do this to all images. This is a quick edit that you can just switch in the edit in canvas. When you go into the canvas board, you just want to make sure to select the select tool, which is the pointing arrow, and hover, move the box over to the place where you want to edit. Then you select the paintbrush and change the brush size if it makes it easier, and then paint over areas that you want to remove or add or make changes. This gives you full control to make edits within the image. So right here, I'm just going to put remove hair and hit on generate. I'm going to change it to just one image. I don't need to generate 4 images of that. And then when I'm happy, I can just download it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on generate. Once it's ready, I just click on accept. I'm going to select the box again, move it to the side, click on the entire image, and press download artwork. In comparison to the before and after, the look of here is much better. There's no hair in and growing out of her eyes, so that's good. And then when you're ready, you can go back and exit out of the editor, go to your AI image generation, and continue in your next step. In addition to image as pose, what you can do is always remix or just re-edit the variations of your original image. So when you go ahead and upload it to this spot here, you would just make sure to turn off pose to image and play around with the strength. For this set right here, I actually had increased the strength all the way to the front, removing most of the quilt and just leaving a couple of things to make some changes. The hair color slightly changed a little bit, but there's not much of a difference. And so I was able to reduce the strength like so, and got this set up here where her hair color did change, her clothing did change, and the background did a little bit more. And so whenever I'm not happy and I just want to make those changes within the prompts, you can do that, or you just switch it over again to the edit in canvas. I find that doing this in the prompt is much faster and much easier, so play around and see what works best for you. Finally, my last trick is to play around with the prompt. So here you can see I added the word character sheet. This gave me a couple options with my character. However, she doesn't really look like my source image. So now you're just going to be a little bit more playful and removing a couple things and trial and error. What I learned from this is that this is the absolute fastest way to get different variations and different poses, front and back. You can see I got a different angle here. This is just a good source for reference. Up here, in order for me to get the full body, I added full body reference sheet. These are just some of the prompt language that you have seen in Midjourney and bluewillow, so that is also something that you can do. My favorite tool that they did add here, pose to image, is the absolute most efficient way for me to create the same character in different poses. I can just go ahead and go search on a full library of free stock images and be like, hey, I want her to pose like this guy. I want her to pose like a superhero. You can just easily do that. So let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below. Thank you.